Welcome back to strategiccorporateresearch.org. In today's video, we're going to look at the Securities and Exchange Commission's Edgar website. And we're going to learn how to find and how to download two key primary documents for publicly traded firms, Form 10-K, the annual report, and also the proxy statement called the DEF 14A. Starting at the home page, we're going to scroll down to indicate a publicly traded firm. And we're going to go to question number 2, where we find the link to the Edgar database. The Edgar database is actually quite simple, and you type either the name or the ticker symbol of the company you're interested in looking at. In this case, we're looking at the Cintas company. And on the first page, there's a listing of many different entities that have Cintas in their name. And what we're looking for here is the parent company. And what we'll do is then click on this hypertext red that's listed next to the Cintas Corporation. And this takes us to a list of all the documents submitted to the Securities and Exchange Commission. And on the website, you'll see we have a link that identifies what all these forms are and what they do. But today, we're looking for the Form 10-K, and there it is. And we're going to click on Documents. One more step before we get there. Here, we're going to have to, again, click on the hypertext link to the 10K in the center of the page. All right, so here we are at Form 10K. Form 10Ks are the same for all companies. Part 1 is a general introduction. Part 2 is financial analysis. Part 3 is a short section on executive officers, and Part 4 are the exhibits. And you'll see there's a hypertext link to go to all of those, but let's just take a minute and scroll down the very first part, Part 1 of Form 10-K for Cintas. It starts with a business section, and again, a description of the business and what it does. And there's a fair amount of information here that tells us about the firm and its operation. Here we have some information on their basic revenue over the past few years. Item 1A looks at the risk factors of any individual firm. The Securities and Exchange Commission was set up to provide potential stockholders with all the information on a firm, including their risk factors. And as we can see here, there are a number of risk factors which tell us actually a great deal about this company, including issues around labor relations. Cintas, as you know, has been involved for many years in a battle with Unite Here. Item number 2 is properties, which presents some basic information on its facilities, what are rented, what are owned, and so on. We then move on to item 3, which is legal proceedings, of which there are several, and very important for a strategic researcher to understand. Now, if we go back to the Edgar website, we can also look for the DEF 14A, the proxy statement. And if we scroll down here on the left, you'll see it's actually not on the first page. So at the bottom of the right, we're going to click the next 40 and scroll down until we find, yes, the DEF 14A right here. We're going to click on the documents. Same thing here, we're going to have to click on this red hypertext link in the center of the page to get to the DEF 14A. And there it is, the proxy statement. Again, a statement sent out in advance of the annual meeting, and here's the letter from the CEO, Scott Farmer. Like the 10K, there's a hypertext link which will take you to various parts of the DEF 14A. But let's just scroll down and look at some of the key features. First off, we'll see biographies of all the board nominees. This is incredibly invaluable for a corporate researcher because it provides information on the directors, their corporate interlocks, and other activities. Typically, then you'll see sections on corporate governance and the audit committee, and then it moves into executive compensation. Many pages here, but what we're really looking for is the executive compensation table, and here it is, which breaks down each of the top executives, their salary, bonuses, and total compensation. Invaluable for a corporate researcher to understand the actual numbers that the firm is reporting to the Securities and Exchange Commission. If we go down a bit farther, we can see information on the board members and their compensation, the fees, the stock awards, and the total. And we can see here the Cintas board members make about $250,000 a year for sitting on the board. And then going down just a bit further here, we can look at some of the principal shareholders. And what's very interesting in this case is that the CEO, Scott Farmer, owns 14% of the stock of this firm. more than the Vanguard Group or BlackRock, which are the two then major shareholders of the firm. So as you can see, we've learned a great deal already from the DEF 14A, the proxy statement, and Form 10K. And I hope you found this video to be helpful. Thanks.